Hey guys, it's Kat, and I'm ready for an event. I should already be ready, but we're here now, and you guys know how I get when it's time for me to do literally anything. It's like I should be on time, but why not? Why do that when I could do a broadcast instead? Let me get some water. I'll be right back. So right now I've got this I went to Bath and Body Works yesterday and I got so much shit. I got these candles that I have going right now. So I've got this aromatherapy candle on, which smells delicious. Energy, it's ginger and citrus. It's really nice. It's really quite nice. So I've already accepted that I'm going to be late to this event, and I'll be tacky and just tell you guys that so I got an email from this event. It's like the Queer Tea 50 something or other. Sorry. And they sent me an email that was like, oh, I'm so sorry that you're not going to be able to make it. You haven't responded to your RSVP in time. Do you ever drink water and you're like, this is so good. This is the best drink ever. Why don't I drink this more frequently? And so, they sent me that email and they're like, so we're so sorry you're not going to be able to make it. And I was like, bitch, I never got an invite. And so then I kind of I was a little passive aggressive, and long story short, I got invited to this party. So I'm going, and I almost didn't want to go. I was actually supposed to see Soldier today. We rescheduled for tomorrow though. I didn't really want to go, but I haven't really done anything work-wise for a really long time. And VidCon is coming up, and I need to get out there. I need to be social. I've been really falling off of the map a little bit. And when I say falling off the map, I mean I'm not being as active as I was in going to stuff that's work related. I don't know. I'm just feeling very different about YouTube and about social media and stuff. And I'm working on videos and things, but it's just not the same as it used to be for me. So I haven't been super excited about, being in a room full of creators, right? But, this seems like it's going to be an interesting event. And I always end up meeting really cool fucking people. It's funny. So I was supposed to go to the premiere of Pose. But the people who were organizing it, dead ass, never got back to me. And I'm subscribed to my Google Alerts. And someone wrote an article and mentioned my name in it. And they're like, Kat Black was there. And it's like, nigga, I really wasn't though. I really wasn't. I mean, they lost my invite, and they invited me, but I just didn't get back to them. It was my fault. But I wish I was there because I still haven't seen Pose, and it looks really, really good. But anyways, that's what I'm here doing, getting ready for this event, trying not to melt. It is so hot. It just suddenly got so fucking hot. I just am wearing this black thing. Let me grab my beauty blender. Let me wet that shit, be right back, and we can start ranting about polyamory and commitment. Because I have a lot to say. I have several things to say. You better tell the truth. Sorry. So I got a comment a little while back, and just so you guys know, on this page, I do read comments. I don't really read comments on my main page, but I do read comments on my on this channel. Some of them are annoying, but the annoying ones are not very common, so I don't really make a big deal out of that. Let me go grab tissues. Sorry. And so one of the comments that was given to me was, so it was basically a comment that was like, Kat, look, I've been watching these videos for a while, and, you know, it just doesn't seem like polyamory is going to work for you. You know, it seems like you want something with more commitment, right? And so I wanted to really go down and talk about polyamory and then talk about commitment, and also talk about a recent situation that I was in. If you've been following my videos, you probably know some of this story, but I'll tell you guys a little bit of it as we go. Because I'll start out this conversation by saying this, right? Polyamory for me is the most honest way for me to live, right? It is the most honest way for me to live. And what I mean by that is, you know, and this is going to be me talking about other people, and you're not going to probably like it, and I'm sure you're different and you're special stuff. I'm sure. But like with a lot of people who are trying to date monogamously, that requires of them a lot of lying, a lot of pretending, a lot of not entirely being truthful. You know, it's this weird thing where maybe you meet this girl you really like, and then you have to pretend that you don't find anyone else attractive, right? And, you know, it's so funny because one of my favorite things to watch on television and to listen to, and if you've been following me and you've been watching like my art broadcast, you probably know, is like all of these TV shows about cheating. You know, I watch so much of like Divorce Court and, you know, these trash TV shows. I listen to War of the Roses basically every fucking day. Like, I listen to so much stuff where the common theme is someone is in a relationship, and because they're in that relationship, they have a contract that they mutually agree to that is that they're going to be monogamous and not be with other people. And then they get into that relationship, and then they start feeling things for other people, and then stuff just happens, in quotations. And then they have to sort of do this thing where they're having to lie and say, oh, I don't think, you know, your friend or your sister is cute, or I don't think that, you know, your brother, you know, or your friend are cute. You know, it's just this whole like pretending thing, right? Where they really do feel this way, but they can't say that because of the social faux pas, and they can't say that because, you know, it's gonna hurt the person. And monogamy, a lot of people in monogamy view love and attraction and commitment as an either this or that sort of situation, right? Where if you are committed to me, you're never going to have sex with that person. If you're committed to me, you're never going to check out a girl when she's walking by you. Like, that's the way that a lot of people view commitment, right? Is this sort of thing where you've just got to pretend you don't feel a way. And then if you can do that convincingly, well, you're a good person and you've done all this and that, right? And I've been definitely thinking about this recently. I haven't fully unpacked this. I'm just going to say it out loud. I've been thinking a lot about how much my maybe polyamory is informed by me being somebody who, from a very young age, when men expressed interest in me, the men were often married or attached, or they had a girlfriend. And, you know, with both that and with my observation of, you know, these TV shows and such that I watch, you know, it's a lot of people having to lie in order to sort of do something they really want to do. And of course, that's going to hurt their partner, because ultimately you've made an agreement with someone. Ultimately, you've said, I'm not going to do this thing, and then they're going back on it. But there's so many times, like when I watch like these shows and I listen to these things about people cheating, and I think about how much the emotion of I did this thing with someone sexually, or I pursued someone emotionally, is tied into this idea of you don't really love me, or you don't really love the kids, and then it's just a this or that sort of thing, right? Whereas I guess maybe because of my personal experience being on the other side, where people put me in positions where, they're married, but they're not talking to their wife about this shit and this and that. I know that these men love their wives. I know that these men love who they're with, but they're just in a situation where they just can't be honest. And I keep thinking about this. I keep thinking about, like, if you're with someone, right? I mean, a lot of people can just be monogamous, and they're monogamous and they're happy, and that's that. And I think that that's beautiful, right? But if you're with someone who wants to be with someone else, if you're with someone who wants to be with someone else, why wouldn't you want to know that? Why wouldn't you want that to be something you're discussing? Why wouldn't you want that to be something that you're aware of? Why would that have to be some sort of secret? And then, and why then, if someone else wanted to be with, if someone you love wants to be with someone else, would that sacrifice everything you had? I mean, I listen to so many things where someone's in a relationship for 10 years, right? And they've got kids, and they've got all these long-term bonds and things. And let me plug my phone in to make sure that, oh, Bromby's so late, whatever. Is that all sacrifice? Like, if so, say that a man or a woman, I don't, I'm going to talk a lot about men because that's who I date. Say that a man I was with, let me not say me, let's just give an example. Say that you were with someone for 10 years, and you guys had all these amazing memories, and you guys know that you love each other, and you guys have got this bond, and and then one day he had sex with another person, right? Now, does that now mean you guys have to deconstruct the past 10 years of your guys' life with each other? All the stuff that you guys have with each other, all because he, for a moment, slept with another person? I mean, I understand why that's dishonest. I understand why that's misleading. I understand why that's not good communication. But also, how is your relationship forfeit completely because someone that you're with had sex with someone else? I mean, I think the devastating part of that is you not being truthful, and you misleading, and you not talking about it, and you carrying on these relationships. But the thing is, so a lot of stuff I listen to, it's like there's these people who they have these these established relationships in secret for 10 years, right? While they've been with someone else, right? They've had to keep up this sort of lie of I'm with this other person, but I really want to do this, that I really am interested in this. This is what I really want. I don't understand putting yourself in a position where someone being dishonest would have to be how it is. And everyone's always so why don't people just talk about it? Why don't they just say, why don't, when someone wants to cheat or be with someone else, why don't they just talk about it? But the truth is, it's hard to have that conversation. It's really, especially when we live in such a society of it's either this or that, you know what I mean? And so I guess for me, when I think about commitment and I think about relationships and the sorts of ones that I want to be in, I want to be in extremely honest relationships with people where I'm not forcing them to pretend that they don't want something in order to be with me. And I think that if you love someone, you'll have a conversation about that, and you'll know about that. And I think that what often happens, and this is what the thing, so I think poly is very strange to a lot of people because they've never really been in the situation. Because I know a lot of married couples right now who love each other, are devoted to each other. And one day someone said, maybe not this easily or simply, look, I really love you, but I've been really curious about this. I mean, and oftentimes the standard poly thing that this is very common with is man and woman are married, woman is bisexual, woman really wants to, do bi stuff. And the husband is sure, I'll let you do that because you love me and because we're together, because we're committed. I'll let you do that. You know what I mean? But you get what I'm saying? Where because you love someone, they express, hey, I have this interest. And because they love them, you're like, look, I want you to be able to feel fulfilled. Go and do what you need to do. And the thing is that I know so many married couples where they've had that experience, and it's made their relationship so much better because, you know, there's no secrecy, there's no, you know, hiding it, there's no going behind someone's back. It's all out in the open. And so you're able to sort of have these relationships in a way that doesn't compromise your marriage. Now, I'm not saying that that's always going to be perfect. I mean, there are definitely situations where people have opened up their marriage and that's backfired and that's come back to hit them. But I think honesty and communication, to me, are a huge part of commitment. And I would not want to be in a situation with someone who, you know, where I had to, like, where he had to feel like he only ever had to be with me, and if he ever felt otherwise, he was a bad person. You know? I don't know. Because I feel like when I listen to people who are talking about their partners cheating on them and shit, like, I get it. I get, like, the insecurity around it. I get all of that. But so much of it sounds just like, I'm so insecure. I don't think that my partner loves me. I don't think my partner... I mean, here's the thing, too. If you're with someone who doesn't really want to be with you or doesn't really like you, wouldn't you want to know that? Like, why put them in a dichotomy where they have to sort of grin and bear you? I just, you know... But I don't know. I think I see things very differently than a lot of people because just the shit that I've been through. So... Anyway, so I think that that's part of commitment. And I think that a lot of people who try to be monogamous, they sort of do this thing where they're saying they're committed to each other, but they're not honest with each other. They're with each other, but they're miserable because they can't say what they want to say, you know? And fuck, I was in that situation where I was with someone and I was miserable because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. And that's just not, to me, that's not happiness, that's not commitment. I think commitment is, if I feel this way about something, I'm going to cue you in on it and we can have a discussion about it. And maybe the discussion ends with, I don't feel comfortable with you doing that, but at least you know. Do you know what I mean? At least you know. So I know that a lot of people are like, I can't read comments because I have my glasses on, but I'm sure people are like, oh my God, Kat, what are you talking about? But that's just where I'm coming from, because I've met so many married couples now who are so fucking happy because they've actually been able to have conversations about stuff. And I know so many people who are fucking miserable because they haven't been able to have conversations about this stuff. And so we get to the fucking story that I'm about to tell you about what just happened. So if you've been following these videos, you know that there is a guy that I've been seeing for a little bit. We met on OkCupid. His wife had an OkCupid account. We went on a couple of dates. We went on our first date. It went really, really well. And toward the end of our first date, you know, the date went good. And so we wanted to kiss. And he told me that if he kissed me, he would have to report back to his wife that he kissed me, which was a very weird thing for me to hear, because I've dated several men who are poly and married, and most of them send their husbands off on a date knowing that there's a possibility that they're going to kiss someone. And so that's not really a weird thing, you know, for them. It's not really a weird thing for them to, you know, kiss someone on a date, you know, like with Bernie, who I just started seeing. Like Bernie came home to his wife and said that he went on a really great date with me. And his wife was very happy to hear that. I'm going over to their place this Saturday for his birthday. And then me and him are going on dinner on Sunday, right? You know, so that's the sort of situation I'm used to, where there's conversations between the husband and wife where they just know that there's something going on and they're totally enabling and happy and okay and encouraging about that, right? And so we went on our second date. And early on in the second date, I asked him, like, so have you talked to your wife about kissing me? And he said no, he hadn't. And he explained to me that, basically in his situation, this is what his situation was. They've been married for over a decade. They don't have kids, they don't have anything. They've been with each other for a while. They've broken up here and there, but they've been with each other and they love each other. And, poly is a recent development in their relationship. And part of that is because, when he was, like recently, he was sort of hiding a lot of stuff from her, right? He had like this really extensive kink blog that she didn't know about, and she found it, and that sort of started a bunch of conversations because the kink blog was pretty severe and was kind of scary, considering especially the person that he presented himself to be. And so she definitely had a lot of discomfort because, well, here's all these kinks that he has that he's not sharing with his wife, who is not into this stuff, right? And that's when they started having conversations about where he was and where he sat, and they, landed on the whole poly thing. And so, because clearly these were things that she wasn't interested in fulfilling, right? And so, what ended up happening too is while they're having conversations about that, she sort of revealed to him that she had a crush on somebody at work, right? And so in his mind, he was like really excited that like, maybe she was going to be super into the poly thing, and, this crush would pan out for her. And then maybe, they would be on like this amazing poly journey with each other. But that sort of crush didn't pan out. And that's really been the only man that she's tried to be with outside of her husband, right? And so basically, because he explained to me that he had been through all this sort of dishonesty stuff with his wife, he doesn't want to make things worse by, because basically, I guess they had a conversation about going out and stuff, and she had made it pretty clear to him that she really wasn't comfortable with him being intimate with other people. Which I don't know what you think your husband's doing on OkCupid. I don't know what you think that he's doing on these dates, but so she was uncomfortable with that, right? And so as he's telling me this stuff, like I'm a little frustrated because, I guess I just assumed that based on the fact that, they were both on OkCupid, they were both, there looking for stuff. I guess I just assumed that they had already sort of had a lot of these conversations, that all this stuff was kind of a moot point, that there was not like, do you know what I mean? Like I assumed that, I really assumed that there wouldn't be any sort of like weird conversation that still needed to be had. Do you know what I mean? I just assumed that that's how that was. But as it turns out, he has not talked to her about a lot of stuff. And so, I left it and that day, and he said, I'm going to have a conversation with her. And so we went on, we had like a really, really nice, fun date or whatever. And on the second date, we also kissed, right? And I remember before we kissed, it was like, oh, fuck it, whatever kind of thing, right? I'm going to get more water. Now, you guys have to understand that when I first met this guy, like, I mean, even though dating married men is kind of an aggravating thing in many ways, because from jump, like, this is probably not going to be someone who you're going to really be able to build stuff with. This is probably not going to be able to be someone who you're going to be able to have like a significant relationship with, because they're married. And a lot of the married men that I've been with, they have kids and they've got other obligations, and they just aren't available for any sort of very significant relationship. However, with married men, in my experience, these are men who are more likely to actually be poly, because a lot of these single poly guys out here, they're saying they're poly, but they're not. They're just looking for the right person to go monogamous with, and now suddenly, you know, everything. So there's a way in which, like, there's a part of me that thinks, okay, well, maybe this is, you know, dating this way is easier for me because at least I know they're poly, right? And so when I first went on a date with him, I was like, oh, we're good, everything's fine. But slowly but surely, you know, it started to feel like that might not entirely be the case. So he told me that he's gonna have a conversation with her and stuff. And so I don't see him for a while. I go off on a date and I meet Bernie. And Bernie and I have like an instant connection. And Bernie is also married and all that stuff. I just told you guys that already, but you know, Bernie's also married, and we just had really intense, great connection, and it's really changed the way that I've been looking at men right now. Like, I used to sort of, I don't know, I was, so Bernie's the first man that I've gone out with since I've been single, where I've really been thinking, okay, maybe I need to make sure that I have open days in the week and that I'm not constantly filling these days with dates, because I want to be able to spend time with Bernie, and I don't want to clog, you know, my week up with men that aren't going to go anywhere. You know, there's no point in that, especially when I have someone who I'm really interested in, right? And so anyway, so I eventually get to go on a third date with this guy. What are we gonna call this guy? We're gonna call him, we'll just call him David. That's nowhere near his name. You know, so I go on my third date with David, who's a married guy who hadn't had a conversation with his wife and was gonna have one between our dates. And I went into this date honestly being like, look, if you haven't talked, because here's the thing with me and him. Here's the thing with me and David. We're part of the same poly circles. Like, he goes to the same events and stuff that I go to, right? And his wife goes with him. And so my biggest thing is like, I don't want to be in a room with his wife and feel like I'm this cheater or this person who's misled, or this, you know, because he hadn't had a conversation with his wife, right? That's just not fair to me. It's really not fucking fair to her. And whenever I'm with a married man, I definitely have a lot of respect for the relationship that he has with his wife. I'm not here trying to replace her. I'm not here trying to do any of that shit. I'm thinking, you know, we have our relationship, they have their relationship, and everything's copacetic, right? But I don't want to be in a social situation where we're both forced to be really fucking uncomfortable because he wasn't being honest, right? And so I went into the third date really being like, if you haven't had a conversation with her, it's time, we can't see each other. That's basically the vibe I was going in on this date, right? But, you know, of course, when time came, he was, you know, looking cute, and we were at a nice restaurant, and, you know, I didn't, you know, for a while on our date, I wasn't like quite saying that to him. I was going with the flow. I was figuring it out as we go. Heedy, 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 hidey ho. Sorry, I had to say that. And so we go to this bar. We go to this rooftop bar. And I finally am like, I really need to talk to him about this, because after I started seeing Bernie, it's like, look, because I had like a lot of really shitty and annoying dates and stuff. And I'm kind of getting past that point of like wanting to give my time to people who aren't going to go anywhere with me. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many hours in the day. I kind of feel like as long as he's not talking to his wife about us, this is not going to go well. Like this relationship that we're having or whatever the fuck it is, it's not going to go well. It's not going to end well. It's just going to be a bad ride for everyone. Right. And so we're on a rooftop bar. It's really, really fucking nice. And I kind of like, say, like, so have you talked to your wife? And of course he hadn't. And so, I'm annoyed, but I'm an understanding person, and I try to be an understanding person, and I try to listen to people, but, I was pretty annoyed. But as he was talking to me about this, he also mentioned that his wife at the time was at a concert at the Staples Center, and she was actually open to the idea of coming and joining us after her concert. And I was like, oh, wow. On one hand, that's like a lot of fucking progress. Like for her to go from being like really uncomfortable about this whole thing to like wanting to meet me, that's fucking progress, right? At the other hand, I'm like, wow, but you haven't talked to her, and I'm not going to sit in front of your wife and be made to feel like, we've got this big secret that we're sharing. Because my whole thing with that was, first of all, it was a kiss. I mean, by the third date, honestly, by the third date, we should be having sex. I mean, if I go on more than 3 dates with you, it's like, it's about time for us to do something. But you know what I mean? So like, but I was trying to be patient, and I don't know what his wife thinks he's doing with women on dates. I don't know what's in her mind, right? And so, on a regular trajectory of dating with me, like this would be the night where we would have sex. And I think part of me going into this date was like, I hope he's talked to her, because maybe this is going to be the night when we have sex. But he did not talk to her. But at the same time, I almost didn't give him like I didn't really give him the ultimatum of like, you need to tell her or else, because now apparently she's open to meeting us, right? And on this date, he starts he's texting from here to there on his phone. And you guys know about me and texting. I don't text people unless they're dying, and even if they are, you can hold on. I'm at a dick appointment. Can you? Yeah. I just realized that this eye look is not going to work with the makeup I wanted to do, but whatever, we'll see. And so I'm basically like, yeah, that was not a good idea, but whatever, we'll go with it. So I was really annoyed, but we were having a good date. It was a good date. I didn't want to like ruin it or be, aggro or whatever. But while we were on this date, he was texting, and I was like, who the fuck are you, who are you texting right now? Right. Because I thought it was his wife, I would understand him texting his wife, but he tells me that he's actually texting this girl who he had connected with through, his kink blog. And this is actually when I found out he had the kink blog. He had told me that his wife had like found some things, but I didn't know that he had like a kink blog, right? And I was like, whoa, you have a kink blog? And he explained it to me and all of what it was. And then he told me he was texting this girl. And there was a part of me that was kind of annoyed, because I was like, hey, you're on a date with me, but also like, you're having a hard time dating me. How are you texting some other girl? And I'm kind of, he was clearly really excited about it, and he was clearly really happy about it. And so, look, listen, I'm very like, look, if you want to text someone on this date, do it. If that's what you want to do, do it. Do I think that's a good thing to do on a fucking date with someone? Absolutely not. But baby, if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. And so he was like apologizing for texting her. I was like, oh, that's what you want to do. And I don't know why men don't pick up on that sometimes, when it's like, no, you shouldn't be texting, but whatever. If that's what you'd rather do right now, text her, And so he's texting her and he's telling me all about her. And apparently, they had like this online relationship for a while, but she's moving to California now. And, he's really sort of excited for that. Now, when he went on and proceeded to describe the sort of relationship that they had, he honestly sounded like, so the way that he talked about it was like, so she just went through a breakup and she's really emotional and she's been talking to me a lot about it. And I really, really like her, but maybe this is not the good time to express that. It sounded to me like she was turning to him as a friend. And, she was kind of like leaning on him as a friend, but he has more of a romantic interest in her and she may or may not have that interest in him. And so back in the back of my head, I'm thinking, you've got a woman right in front of you who's interested in you, but you want to text her. It's, do what you want to do, right? And so he spends a lot of our date kind of like talking about how awesome this girl is. And mind you, this is like when I've gone on like 2 dates and had sex with Bernie. Like, I could be talking a lot about how amazing Bernie is, but I'm on a fucking date right now, and that's a little disrespectful. And so whatever. And so, but I let him talk, and eventually he realizes it's a little tacky, and we move on, right? And so we go, the rest of the date happens, it's good, it's whatever, it ends, and he tells me he's got, because I told him I didn't want to meet his wife unless he's had a conversation with her. And he tells me I'm going to talk to her this weekend, right? And so a couple days go by, I'm working on stuff and being efficient and everything, everything's working out. And I decided to text him a couple days ago and ask him, so have you talked to your wife? And actually, to my surprise, he had talked to his wife. They did have a conversation about stuff, and he basically did talk to her, because I told him that like what you need to tell your wife is that we're both at a point where we like each other enough and we want to have sex with each other. That's what your wife needs to know, that if she doesn't already, right? And so apparently he did really have that conversation with her. And apparently the conclusion of said conversation was essentially that she just like really does not feel comfortable with the idea of him having sex with someone right now. Maybe one day that'll change, but right now she's just not comfortable with it. And look, we've been on 3 dates at this point. Like, it's like, I was pretty annoyed by that. I was pretty annoyed. But anyway, like, I'm trying to be understanding, and I offer, if she feels uncomfortable, like maybe we can meet. I know she offered to meet before, so maybe we can, still do the thing, And he went back and forth and, kind of said essentially that I don't think that would work out. That like maybe that wouldn't be the best idea, which was really weird to me since she had offered to do that anyway. And so anyway, I had a hunch when we started talking. I had a hunch. And my hunch was that even though he had this conversation with her, even though he talked to her about this stuff, that he still didn't tell her that we were interested in having sex with each other. Not having sex with each other, that we had kissed. Sorry, that we had kissed. And so I asked him, and I'm like, so did you tell her that we've kissed? Right? And he doesn't respond for a really long time. He was at work, so of course he wasn't really able to respond like that. But when he does respond, he responds and tells me that, in fact, he had not had a conversation with her about how he's kissed me. And honestly, like when I heard that, I was real aggravated because I don't know what you think we're doing, like what how could you not talk to her about us kissing? Because to me, kissing is such a simple thing. But I guess to her, it's a little bit of a bigger thing, which, that's her prerogative. She has every right to feel that way. But to me, it's like, come on, at this point, come on. And so honestly, like, because I'm sure people are listening to this story and you're like, why the fuck did you put up with so much? And I think it's because I started believing that they had a like really great communication. Everything was above board. Everything was fine. And then because of him, I was sort of put into this situation where I had to sort of wait for her to figure stuff out and confirm. And here we are. And I like him and I really enjoyed spending time with him. But fuck, if he had told me on our first date, look, my wife is just very uncomfortable with me being with other people, and I just so for right now we can't do anything physical, we can't do anything sexual, but I'd love to take you out sometime. Like, I could have had a very different way of approaching all of this. I could have approached this in a very, very different way. But because he sort of started this out with, I mean, I don't even want to say dishonesty because that might not really be the truth. I mean, was he dishonest? I don't know. I mean, I think stuff revealed itself with time. But, the long and short of it is, the conclusion is that, we concluded with saying that basically she is uncomfortable with him being intimate, but we can still go on dates and we can still do all that stuff. And from this point forward, we're not going to, he told me from this point forward, we're not going to kiss each other. That's just going to be a thing we won't be doing. And we're not going to tell her. Now, in the beginning of this video, I talked to you guys a lot about how poly should work, where everyone's honest and there's no secrets and things just work out. And because of that, you guys have a healthier relationship. And, I've had conversations with him about this. And my big thing is, at the end of the day, because here's what I learned, and this is what he told me. I don't know if I made this clear in my talking about this. At the end of the day, she's not polyamorous at all. If she could choose what the situation would be, he would be monogamous. He would, he would only want her, and that would be that. The end. That's all she wrote. But she's already being like a very patient person and trying to like entertain this idea of him being poly, right? But he hasn't deserved it. He was dishonest with her. He misled her. He put her in a situation where now she has over a decade of her life dedicated to this guy who ultimately didn't tell her the truth. And the thing I've said to him, it's like, look, she's still young, she can go and meet someone who's going to be monogamous with her. Like, and you're going to resent her if you end up being in a situation where you're just sort of bonded to her and you're never able to be real in the way that you want to be. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a way to fucking live. But he loves her, they're married, all stuff, and so that's that. And so I wanted to tell you guys about that because I think that's a really bad example of how people do poly. And that experience that I have, and I guess I'm still having with that guy, is a really bad experience of how you fucking navigate this shit. Because at the end of the day, he's not being honest with his wife. And this is someone who's already, kind of said, we'll try the poly thing, right? So after he was dishonest with her, right? And it's kind of manipulative of him to, not want to only keep his wife so informed. And I kept telling him, and I keep telling him, that's going to blow up on in your face, man. That's going to blow, because you might think it's easier to not tell her now, But like, let's say that we keep hanging out and then it eventually comes out that you've kissed me and she really doesn't like that. We might have just kissed on those 2 dates, but she has no reason to believe that more didn't happen, right? Ultimately, he's in a relationship with someone who is very uncomfortable with him being himself. And to me, that is no fucking way to live. That is no fucking way to live. And so, when I ask, when you ask, like, when you think about commitment, what I realize about this guy is that he's incredibly selfish. Incredibly selfish. He's a really sweet and nice guy, but he's incredibly selfish. There's really no other way to look at that. He's incredibly selfish to the point where he's just not even considering how much this is really going to hurt her. And he's about to go have major surgery. He's the guy, if you guys remember, who has an eye. He has like an eye issue where his eyes are consistently jerking to the side. So unless I'm sitting over here, he's never really giving me eye contact because his eyes are messed up that way. Wait, let me do this wing so I can, because it is getting later and later. This event starts soon. And I'm not going to get there on time, but I'm going to get there. Oh my God, I really fucked that up. Let me see if I can save it. Oh my God. What is this wing? What is this makeup look? Girl, we're going to go so gothy so quickly because I fucked this up so badly. We're just going to have to, we're going to go with it because this is where we're at and this is what we're doing now. This is where we live. Oh no. See, this is why I should just, okay, this I'd probably be better though, since I now have a better idea of what I'm doing. Sorta. doing with my life? Like, what is this wing? And why? And why? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Girl, what am I doing? I think that looks sort of even. Sorta. I was gonna go for something so cute and sweet, and it's like not cute or sweet now. Whatever. Fuck it. Fuck it. Maybe I'm just gonna have to look terrible. Also, I don't know why. Like, I feel like my makeup looks so sheer, and so much of my skin is showing through. Oh, you know what I fucking did? Okay, one sec. Not that skin shouldn't be showing through, but anyway, so we'll fix it. So yeah, I was really sort of pissed off, honestly, because I knew that stuff was gonna go in this direction, and I sort of felt it, but you know, I didn't cut it off, I guess, and I should have really, because now I'm in a situation where, of course, we have to stop seeing each other. And my biggest fear was like, okay, what's going to happen is he's going to get into this situation where he's going to have a conversation with his wife. His wife is going to conclude that she just doesn't fucking like him doing this. And then the conclusion is, I've just spent all this time getting to know someone, and I have to stop seeing him, even though we get along and like each other a lot, because his wife is uncomfortable. And I did communicate to him. I was like, look, I don't really want to be in a situation where I feel like your wife is hovering over us at all hours of the day. You know, like that's not how that should go. Like, we should be able to do what we want within reason, obviously, and not have to worry about your wife. Like, and obviously now it's putting me in an uncomfortable situation where like, it's like I mean, even though he doesn't talk about her in a negative way, now his wife has become like this like angry person who just doesn't want us to be together sort of thing, you know? And it's not worth it, you know? And like, I can't say that he's truly committed to his wife because he didn't communicate with her in a way that he really honestly should. Like, he really should have been able to communicate with his wife that this is where he's at and this is what he wants to do. And he kissed me and it was great and he loved it. And that's that. But he didn't do that and he knew that he wasn't. So why are you even dating? Like, my whole thing, I even said to him on our last date, I was like, so why are you dating right now then? Like, if your wife isn't comfortable with it, why are you dating right now? You know, and he does have like a thing where, you know, he's been, this is what he's wanted to do for a really long time. And he's finally doing it, you know? And he's happy, but she's not. She's not. And so at what point does that just become selfishness? You know what I mean? At what point does he just like recognize that putting your wife in that situation and doing things the way you're doing it, it's just fucking selfish and unfair to her, right? Because you can't have, I mean, you can't do this weird shit where, you know, you're seeing someone, but your wife doesn't quite know about it. And like, or doesn't. I mean, she knows about it, but doesn't know everything. Like, it's really defeating the purpose and point of poly. Because now what he's done is put me in a situation where, we might be at the same poly events. Like, maybe they'll work shit out. Maybe they'll eventually decide that yes, poly works for us. And then we've already broken up. We've stopped seeing each other. But now he's open and he's going out again. And here we are at the same fucking event. Like, I'm forever tinged because he wasn't honest with her. Right? And now when I see her, I can't acknowledge that we used to, make out and go on dates and shit. And the way that he described, I mean, obviously he loves her, but like, you can just, for some people that I meet that are married in poly, not all, but some, it almost just sounds like, yeah, I should just get a divorce. Like, not that like he necessarily talks about her in that way, but they're clearly kind of like at different points in life, I feel. Like, I know what it's like to like be in a relationship with someone and not be able to be honest with them, and that's just the worst place to be. And I'm so much happier not being in that situation anymore. And it's not like they have kids or anything tying them together. But whatever. Not my problem. Girl, what is this makeup look? I don't even know what we're doing today. You know what I'm gonna do? Just because, so I really, 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 really want to wear this lip because I've not worn this lip in a very long time, but I don't know if it goes. Does this go with the look? Do you think this red lip will go? I think it might. Okay, 2 people said yes. Therefore, you guys, we've spoken. All right, where's my lip liner? Right here. It's just I don't like being in that situation. I don't like feeling like I'm breaking someone's fucking happy home up. I don't know. That's not how poly should work. So anyway. Most of the people who I know who are in poly relationships, that it doesn't work like that. There's communication. I mean, I was dating a guy for a while. Me and his wife were friendly. We're not now for other reasons, but we were friendly. And we saw each other all the time at events, and we'd always say hi, and we'd have our little conversations. And he'd come up and kiss me, and he'd come up and kiss her. It was like a nice thing, right? And that's most of the poly. But the thing is that requires so much of a journey, right? Like, people don't get there overnight. People do not get there overnight. They usually have to go through so fucking much. Because most married couples who are poly, they started not poly, and now they figured that they were in the middle of it. So it's not like the easiest road ever. Bernie and his wife, they've gone through a lot of shit. But they're here where they are now, and they're happy, and everything's great. And, now he's dating me, and, funny why I keep doing blotting my nose with not toilet paper, but paper towels, or tissue rather. It's because I'm trying really hard not to get, like, I'm trying to not make my makeup transferable. And so I've been trying to be really good about getting all the excess like oil out of my makeup. So yeah, commitment in poly relationships is definitely a fucking thing. You know, like I think what people also don't get about commitment in poly is like when you're poly and everyone is poly and you guys are having that conversation and that's the life you live in where you're at, you have to talk to each other about everything, because if I sleep with someone else and I sleep with, you know, my partner and he's also sleeping with other people, we all have to talk about that, you know. Let's not play. We have to have that conversation. Whereas like when you're trying to be like monogamous in quotations, you're not really having that degree of like communication. It's like you don't really know what the other person's doing, you know, don't ask, don't tell kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like there's just this, there's not as much of an expectation of like clear communication about everything that's going on when you're dating in a way that isn't polyamorously. You get what I mean? All right, let's. All right, I have not done red in so long, or at least this red. Oh, it's all right. Oh no, it's dripping. See, now I don't know if it's a change color. I just feel like this event goes till 10 p.m. and like I need to go at 10 p.m. So and I need to get there early so I don't miss it. Okay, let me put my glasses on. Okay, and after, and then we're gonna close up the rest of the conversation. Oh, I need a mascara. I have mascara on. Okay, where's my mascara? Where did my mascara go? Oh, I think I put it in here. I think it's in here. Oh, in here. Ah, a tricky mascara. Where did you go here? Ah. Okay. Dry it. I still want to try. I'm so afraid of this, like, drying weird. I have not worn, like, matte lipstick in a really long time. Oh, it's not gonna be hard to get to this place. Whatever, I'll shut up for an hour. Waste my outfit. Really great. If anything, I'll go to OR. Is it dry yet? Okay, I think it's pretty dry. Oh my god, this looks so red on camera. They're not really that red, but they look super red on camera. Oh, this look really old on camera. Ooh. Oh, I've been through so much. I just. I realized when I was thinking about wearing this red lipstick, I was gonna wear a more like 60s outfit, but whatever. I think it will work with what I'm wearing. At least I think. But yeah, so like commitment can work. I mean, there is commitment in poly relationships. It's just here's the thing. I think that most people are never going to be honest enough to actually really have commitment in poly relationships or really any relationship. It requires so much honesty and confidence in yourself in order to really be poly. And a lot of people just don't have that. And they just never will. So I think that like a lot of people who don't like the thing about dating poly, and I don't know if I ever really make this super clear, but like when you're poly, you date in like a very like fast way because people only have so much fucking time in the day to spend with you when they have like 16 other partners. So you figure out pretty quickly whether or not you're gonna actually mesh with someone. Though I will say, do you know who came back in my life? Do you know who just came back in my life? How many of you guys remember the guy that I told you about with with New Year's when at the New Year's Eve party I went to? I want to see if anyone remembers that. So just say if you remember in the comment section. Ah, yes, Mink Dude. So he recently has reached out to me. And I think I do have a common theme of like giving men too many fucking chances and shit. Because I mean, really, that night was so intense and like pissed me off so much. But I really like him and he's really hot, so. I really like him. He's really funny and he's really talented. I have a thing with men with talent, girl. Like he's a photographer and he's really good. All right. He was so tall. Well, he is so tall. He's still alive. All right. All right. So the look goes as follows: black thigh highs, blue school skirt, this top that I have to adjust, floral blazer. That's what I'm gonna wear. Where's my bra though? Where did I put my bra? The one I wear every day. Oh, you know what? With this, I think I can get. No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, but I'm wearing a blazer, so it doesn't matter. Aha! I got it. Okay. Ooh, ow, that really hurt. Okay, so. Oh, shoots, definitely not ballet flats, combat boots every day. I wear combat boots like every single day because I just always need to be ready for war at all times. Those tall hires are dead dangerous because they act chill, but they know what they're doing. Yeah, I told him like, let's hang out again, but like not when you're on Molly, because like that wasn't really fun for me. We did. I will say, him and I, we really did have a good conversation about how fucked up the last time we saw each other was, and he did apologize, you know. So there's a part of me that's really happy to hear from him because I did like him a lot, and so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess the thing in the back of my mind with him is I really don't know what he wants or like what he's looking for in quotations because I just know that his capacity is only so much. But we'll see. I'm trying not to stress out about it. Try not to stress out because at the end of the day, I've already got enough people I'm seeing. So if him and I don't pan out, I'm fine. Like I am totally copacetically okay. Okay. Trying to figure out how to tie this down here shoulder situation, these arm straps. I will also say, so because I'm oversharing, let's just overshare. Last night, so I don't know if you've ever done this. So I don't know what was wrong with me, but I went on a date with Giant last night. Giant, he's the guy who's 6'9". He's very tall. And it ended with us coming back here and having sex. And I have a lot of mixed feelings about it because I don't think I should have slept with him so quickly. I really don't think I should have slept with him so quickly, and I really kind of regret it. So, that's, I don't know what's going to happen there because I have not been having sex with people, and so that was kind of not so great for me. I was kind of mad at myself for it. I still am kind of mad at myself for it, but we're here now, so what's up? And him and I met at an event, so it was very organic. I really can't tie this. You know what I need to do? Oh my God. Here's what we're going to do because I need to save fucking time. Oh no, it's all crushed. Oh no. Oh, it's falling apart. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on. Please don't be fucked up. Oh no. It's so fucked up. But it should work for now. Do you guys, okay, so I'll try to lower it so you guys can see without me being so naked. Oh God. It's so fucked up. This just popped open. I'm so mad. I made a dress form. I'm so mad. And I'm gonna try to tie these, and it's really aggravating me. My dress form totally popped open, and it's really fucked up. But maybe I can tie it on here, and that'll just be quicker and easier for me to do. But yeah, he's 6'9", and to be honest, like, okay, so I'm gonna overshare. I've never been with a guy who's that tall. I'm not used to being with men who are taller than me, period. But like, without being too explicit, let's just say that there's things that I thought would be easier with a man who was taller than me that just are not, sexually. And so I'm a little like bummed about that, to be completely honest. But that's not important. It's not the most important thing in the world. There are other important things. All right. Let's get this situated. All right, let's tie this in a way that makes sense. All right. See, here's what I'm worried about with this fucking event is like a lot of these events I go to, there's always a red fucking carpet. And I'm not really prepared for that. Or there's photo ops of some sort. And bitch, like, listen, I like to be comfortable and edgy, and like that's about where I stand in terms of style, is like edgy and comfortable. Like that's the prompt for me and how I like to dress. But every time I go to one of these events, I'm always like, fuck, everyone looks so much more put together than me. And like, there's this like conversation about like, what does being a person who is LGBTQIA plus and also trying to fit within certain fashion standard, like what does that look like? I mean, I'm not a very typical person, but like in terms of my gender expression and shit, but like, I don't know, like a lot of this shit, like the way that people are at these parties, it's like people are showing out, you know? It's all, they're putting on a show, and I'm not that way. So trying not to be intimidated, I guess. Oh, no, his dick isn't small. He has a big dick, actually. But that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. Oh, wow, y'all are so messy. So this is why I can't talk to you guys about sex. No, like he's very well endowed, actually. It's just like there are certain things I thought would be easier sexually that aren't. So yeah, but that's definitely not it. It's so funny because actually that was one of my fears, is that he wasn't going to be well endowed. Because in my experience with men who are taller than me, or men who are tall, period, is they often don't really have sizable penises. Oh no, this is now a little uneven. Wow, I like really outsmarted myself, and then it's not quite working the way I need it to. Where is this tied then? I feel like this side is too loose and that side is too. I'm gonna be so late to this party. Like, what's going on with this? Oh my god. Watch me fuck this top up so quickly. I just bought this top yesterday too. So I oversmarted myself, or outsmarted myself. All right. So how is this gonna go then? Wish that there was like an easier way to tie this too. I just like, could you just have not made the tie? Like, I don't know why. Who needs adjustable shoulder? I mean, maybe people do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was gonna say, who needs adjustable shoulder straps? But I guess maybe people do. Does that make it more versatile? I don't get it. Oh my god. It's so hot in here. You know, I'm gonna open a window. And the neighbors are just gonna have to hear me talking about dick and shit. But yeah, the reason I regret it, honestly, is like, so with Bernie, having sex on the second date, like, didn't feel weird, right? Like, that just felt like, yeah, we're gonna continue to see each other. And that's just a given. So, like, why don't we have sex, right? But with this guy, it's like, I don't really know if we're gonna keep seeing each other, to be completely honest. Like, I think he's a really cool guy, and I do like him, but I don't know if he's necessarily a person that I can see myself being with long term. I don't know. So there's a ton of Jesus, just fucking dogs everywhere. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know how to tie this. I'm getting really aggravated. This is like when I need like a person to be here to just tie my shit and leave. Because this is so complicated. Like, I don't even know how to do this. a sec. I don't know how to tie this. So also, I don't know where I want this to be. I want to tie, I guess, okay, so I guess maybe what I do is I tie it like this and then just I bet I'm overthinking this so bad. Oh, and of course I tied my thing. I think I was supposed to ask earlier, like how long it took me to learn how to braid my hair. I mean, I know how to braid. I've always known how to braid. I just learning how to do my own shits was a process. Do y'all hear all this yelling? There's just so much noise. I opened the window and there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. Okay. Yeah, no, this is gonna look really cute with the lip, with the hair, with the blazer. Like it's all gonna come together. Okay, then oh, this is so hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Okay, does that look good though? I really should just wear a strapless bra with this. I don't like, this is like my favorite bra, but maybe it's not really giving me what I need. It is though. Oh, and see, now this is happening. Yep, that's gonna annoy the fuck out of me. Okay, well, I guess I know that it's just gotta be a little tighter than this. So I guess let me take this off and then try to fix it. It is wild. It's so wild, y'all. I mean, like y'all heard last time there were fucking there were goddamn like fireworks going off and shit. Do you have a bobby pin and pin it and take it off and tie it? Oh, that would be smart. That would be smart, actually. Some sort of pin. I'm just gonna try to tie it in like a similar place and then put it on and see if this will be easier somehow. I don't know what kind of knot this is that I just did, but hopefully it will stay. Okay, and then let's just sort of eyeball it and like, oh, okay, but is this too little though? No, because this, okay, no. All right, I'm gonna try to do this one more time. This is so aggravating, guys. Like this is the most annoying top I've ever put on. I don't think I've ever been through something so fucking oppressive and hurtful and just wrong and bad. So that means I'm gonna come and I'm gonna get at least one good photo because I'm gonna be late to this party because I was trying to tie this fucking top, which I should have done last night because I already knew when I bought this top that it was gonna be an annoying top to put on. I mean, I could also just put on the black romper, which is a lot easier to put on. Like that's also an option. But I think the romper is less cool looking. All right, try this one more time. Okay. Well, I'm about to get a content ID warning. Okay. Did y'all hear the music? That's my neighbors. Okay, let's try this one more time. Ugh. I feel like this isn't gonna work. I feel like this is gonna not work and not fit, and I'm gonna be really pissed off. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay. Did this work? I still feel like this one's like tighter somehow. I feel like it's uneven. I know I'm gonna be so annoyed by this all night. I already know. Because also, like, look at that. Like, because it's supposed to be like, I really like this top, but this is gonna piss me off. Oh my god, please like stay like this and don't fall down so I can get dressed and not be stressed the fuck out. I'm getting like annoyed. I think you know what I'm gonna do? Do you know what I'm gonna fucking do? I think we're gonna wear a strapless bra. Do you hear that screaming? Do you hear that screaming? Did you guys hear that? I'm scared, y'all. That is wild. That is wild, bitch. That is wild. Ooh, look at the sun. It's just hitting me at this angle right now. Okay, there that goes. I did some really weird knot on both of these sides. It's like I don't even know how I got there or like how that made sense. All right. Yes, bitch. Yes, I have tits. Get over it. Okay. Low key, I'm feeling like doing this. Like just like like we're done. We've been here for an hour. We tried it. You tried it. We all tried it. Like, is that why this is this? Is this a thing? So you could do like a like I don't see this is what I'm aggravated about. This makes no sense to me. Like, why do I need all this conflama? Like, I'm low key like, let's just do this. Like maybe this is the look. This is just this is the look. No, this is how it's supposed to look, right? It's supposed to look like this. No. Did you? Oh, you heard that? That's funny. This is not supposed to look. No, this is the look, bitch. Just giving you a little bit of whatever. Okay, because look, you know what? I could be here. It's 8 o'clock already. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to go. So we're just gonna have to tie it like this. I could do better on this, but we're just gonna have to tie it like this because I can't be here for three more. I can't. It ends at fucking 10. I'm gonna get there at like 9. The cocktails are gonna be all gone. And do I want to be around a bunch of drunk homosexuals? Not probably not. Not that there's anything wrong, I mean, I'm trash. Okay, let's try this one more time. How did I tie it on the other side? Because the other side looks like low key kind of cute. Like this is 100% not the way this is supposed to go. We're gonna put on a strapless bra after this. Okay. Like, what is this even? Like, and that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be really fucking annoyed all night long. All right, well, we are where we are. We are where the fuck we are. All right, let me go get a strapless bra, some panties, and we'll change. Oh my god. So, I think I say this like every broadcast, at least like especially when I'm getting ready and I'm losing shit. You ever see something like all the time and you don't fucking need it? And it's just always there, and you're always like, that's really annoying, but you leave. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I always see my strapless bra. I have like 2 of them, but I can't fucking find them. Girl, I'm gonna get content ID on this video because of my neighbors. Yes, that is those. They're just outside blasting. Okay. I just always see my strapless bra, and now that I need it, I have no idea where it is. There's like one I always see that's like a beige one. Girl, let's close the window. So disrespectful. See, you don't want to live next to me because I'm definitely like, bitch. First of all, I'm a gentrifier. Like, let's just start with that. I'm already in this neighborhood gentrifying it. Second of all, I am dead ass the person who will call the cops and be like, look, so I mean, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying that like the neighbors, they are blasting loud. It's like house music. They're blasting loud rap music. And like, I just don't really think that that's, what I want in my neighborhood, why do people have to come up with better insults? Calling my hair yarn is not offensive, especially since I've dead ass had actual yarn in my hair. It's not offensive. Like, what do you think I'm gonna say, bitch? It's not yarn, it's Connect-a-lawn. Like, how fucking dare you? Anyway, so I'm not gonna put on my strapless bra because I can't fucking find it, but I am putting on this skirt. Were they playing R. Kelly? Oh, girl. So it's so funny. So actually, when I went to vote, there's this really, really nice girl who lives next to me. And she was doing oh wow, my fucking top is already coming apart. Girl, I should have just put this blazer on because this top is going to drive me crazy. I already know. All right, one sec. Okay. This top is gonna piss me off. I'm gonna be so late. I'm gonna get there. It's gonna be over, but I'm gonna look great. I'm gonna look fucking awesome. Okay. All right. So this is what we've got thus far. This is gonna drive me crazy. All right, we need to do something about this because, like, I just think that this is the silliest fucking this top is really cute. It's really, really fucking cute. But the shoulder straps, like, just make it normal straps. We don't have to make it complicated, okay? Like, we really don't. You could have just given me normal straps and called it a fucking day. You really could have. You could have just sat there and ate your food. You really could have. Like, because I could have just popped on my blazer and called it not my blazer, popped on my my romper and my leather jacket and called it a fucking day. This look cute. Like, would that make it fucking easier to Just like, I don't know why this like wants to hate me so much. Like, it's like it doesn't even value me as a person. It's like, Kat, here's the thing. You're a trick ass bitch. And I want to make your life a living hell. And I do not want you happy. like this top is literally, oh, no, that's not gonna work. Like, I'll be late to this party and then be like, why are you late, bitch? Yeah, this top, do you know who created this top? The devil. The devil. The devil. He created this top. He doesn't want me to fucking win, is the thing. He just does not want me to win. At this point, he just doesn't want me to win. That's what this is about. It's personal. It's fucking personal. Do I still sew? Yes, I do. But I haven't really sewn anything in a while. But, you know, so I'm just getting back into the swing of like living my life, really. That's one big thing I guess I should talk about. I mean, not that I should, but like I could talk about is like, I'm like, so this month has been a really good month for me. There's a lot of shit that's been solved and figured out. And like, honestly, I don't feel nearly as aggro and like disconnected from shit as I was in previous months. So like, I'm really feeling good. And so I'm just getting back in the swing of like trying to do shit that makes me happy. You know, like, how did I do this? I'm gonna get so much. Can you guys hear this? I'm gonna content ID so bad on this video. Because my neighbors just really need to play loud music. I mean, I play loud music, but I think that's the car. Like someone's literally outside in their car blasting music. All right, bitch. Okay. All righty. All right. Bitch, now watch me put this entire outfit together and be like, it's trash. I don't like it. I'm gonna put a romper on. I'm like, oh, it's terrible. Never mind. Okay. Put my thigh highs on. Do I have my sock glue? Somewhere. I think I just put it away. I'm definitely not going to the party like this with my hair up. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I try to make myself as like not stressed as possible. So I'm definitely not gonna have my hair up. But I also know that like once my hair comes down, it'll all come together. It'll all come together. I used to wear blazers all the time. I have not worn like a blazer in a really long time, actually. All right. Sock glue. Where did it go? I need you so. It's like it's been forever since you've been gone. Oh, here it is. This is like, bitch, so listen, this is the fucking business, to be honest. I got this from Sock Dreams. It is like the best sock glue in the world that I've ever tried in my life in America. It will keep your shit up all fucking day. I got these socks from Torrid. That's where I get these shits. Girl, I need to shave my legs, low key. Putting this glue over full grown ass hairs. I'm single, so. I mean, not really. Okay. All right, I need to go into the room to like really make sure I like this look, because I don't know, the light on the camera is not looking so great. Okay, bitch, it's cute. I look cute. I look cute. I even accept it. I look cute. You guys can't really see me very. Oh, I can turn this light off so you guys can see me better. Yeah, because the sun's going down, because it's late. It's late now. And so it is time for me to get the fuck off of this broadcast and go to this goddamn party that's going to only be around for the next 2 hours. Whatever. I mean, look, I've done enough for the fucking community, okay? I've done enough for the fucking community. I haven't done anything for the community. Okay, so just so you guys see my shoes. No. I have a lot of shit on the floor too. So y'all are just gonna have to. All right. No, you guys still can't see the shoes. So it's kind of like a proto schoolgirl outfit, sort of. Oh, and just so I, can be hashtag on brand. Like one good photo and leave. All right, let me call my Lyft. Also, I think these socks are not on correctly. I have to fix that because one of them. Okay, well, let me fix my socks first. Then I'll call my Lyft. Girl, one of my friends is such a hoe. I mean, I love her. She's such a hoe. But like in a good way. I just opened up Instagram and it's like her titties. Like, okay, girl, we get it. We get it. I see it, I guess. But there's nothing wrong with that. Her body, her rules. She's just got one of those like constant thirst trap Instagrams. I'm happy for her. I'm proud of her. But you're my sister and I don't want to see your titties. All right. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating, bitch. I haven't left the house and I'm sweating. So of course I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna take like a picture and I'm gonna be sweating in that one photo. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Awesome. Okay. So let's call this Lyft. Girl, what time am I gonna get there? Ugh, I'm like not gonna be able to get there at a decent time. Well, but it is 8 now. Oh, I'll get there at 8:30, which is only like an hour and a half. Look at all, only an hour and a half late. You know, it's like in Cat Black terms, that's like, you know, that's on time. An hour and a half, that's on time. In fact, I'm early, actually. I'm actually early. I mean, selling Avon and then kicking someone's ass is very on brand. That's me. I don't know what millionaire I'm going to snatch up in WeHo, but you know, we'll still be trying. We'll still make an attempt. Well, I'm just happy that you guys got to see this look come alive. I'm going to take some photos and people are going to be dragging me. Every time I take a photo, see, here's the thing about these queens. Every time I take a photo at an LGBT event, like a red carpet thing or whatever, there's always like some queen on Instagram that's like, ooh, girl, I don't know about all that. I don't know about that whole outfit. I'm going to smell like peaches, bitch. You're going to be like, you smell so good. Oh, yeah, it's my pheromones. All right. Lift is on the way. We're going to be really tacky right now. We're going to finish off the rest of this wine so that we walk into the party just a little bit. Just a little bit. I've been loving some wine. Honestly, I think I'm getting to that age, you know, getting to that age where wine is just my preferred drink now. Yes, I drink a nice Cabernet. Cabernet. Am I married? No, bitch. And I don't want a man in my life who's not fucking feeding and financing me for a very long time. I will say, you know, the one thing that I do enjoy about going to gay things is like, gay men will just compliment you. They'll be really facetious. They'll lie to your face and say you look cute, but like, it's the thought that counts, you know? Like, it's just nice that they said that. You know what I mean? It's just nice that they said that. It's just really sweet that they were thinking about me, you know? This is really nice, you know? Oh my God, you're so cute. You look so beautiful tonight. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Yes. Yes, queen. Oh, come through, queen. Come through, Miss Thing. Oh, yes, hon. Oh, queen, honey. Darling. Sweetheart. Sweetie. Blueberry pie. Come through. Oh, I love your outfit. I love your outfit. Oh my God. Where did you get that? It's like really cute. It's like really cute. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, wow, you're slaying. Yes, this outfit. I'm just prepared for all of it. I'm probably so you know what? I'm probably really bad because people probably actually mean that, but like the way that I read compliments, I just read them in such a negative way that like I'll low-key be like, yeah, you look cute too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look really cute right now. I love your outfit. Where did you get that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's really cute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look really cute right now. But that's the thing. So it's like gay men and cis white women at bars, like the worst. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh my god, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh my god, you're so. You know, this is what you know. What I love hearing in a fucking bar. You know, you're so beautiful, right? Like you know that, right? Oh, girl, so it's already coming. You know that, right? You know that, right? You know. And I'm like, yes, nigga, I know I'm beautiful. Like, yes, I do know that actually. Anyway, my lift is here. I gotta go. Talk to you guys later. Bye.